Hello guys, today I'm gonna be reading at least 5 pages from this book called The Trail. And it's a pretty interesting book. I read it a couple times as kid. And it's interesting to say the least. About the journey across the forests and mountains. Anyways, flip to chapter 1. Out in the woods, all by myself, become aware of the little things. There are the good littles cooling my face with a handful of water from a mountain stream. The way sunlight plays through wind-rippled leaves. The startled leap of a jump that only I see. Then there are the bad littles, mosquitoes mostly, itchy feet, lying down on a sharp rock under the tent after a long day of hiking, being too tired to move, and waking up to a bruise the size of a basketball on my baseball on my shoulder. But really, these are little things. Then there are the little things that can turn into big things. I call them my keeps list. Sorry. When I'm out on the trail, every hour or two, I take them off, keep warm, keep hydrated, and keep eating and keep an eye on the sun. Knowing a little keep could turn into a big problem later, so I'll pull on a jacket if I'm cold, or slug back some water if I'm thirsty, or scarf down a Snickers if my belly rumbles, and I always try to make camp before dark. It's a simple system, but I've learned the hard way that if you neglect one of the keeps long enough, before you know it, your teeth are chattering as you tilt back as an aspirin for your dehydration headache, trying to make dinner in the pitch dark with a groan in your stomach loud enough to wake the zombies. In the woods, after dark, it's easy to believe in zombies, but I know better than to be afraid of that, so sort of. Right now, I've been doing pretty good with my keeps list. It's evening, and I've pitched a tent by a small stream. Even though it's late June, I've layered up with a wool hat and 2 jackets, a light vest, and a waterproof shell. I've taken a long drink of water and have unpacked my mess kit to make dinner. Bull cut pork, a crock pot with a lid that doubles as a frying pan. Next, I break out my stove. It's an MSR pocket rocket, a pretty cool piece of camping equipment that folds to the size of my fist. I screw it onto my fuel canister and open 3 parts supports. A quick twist of my wrist turns on the gas. I flick a match, and a second later, a bright blue flame darts up. I pour the rest of my water bottle into the pot and settle it onto the stove. By the time the water has boiled, I've dug through my pack and found my meal for the night. A package of spaghetti and some way-to-eat tomato sauce in a plastic pouch. It doesn't compare to what I'd be eating at Grand's house, but I'm so hungry, I don't care. I dump the spaghetti into bubbling water. As the long, thick strands twist into water, a burst of saliva floods my mouth. I've been on the trail for just a few days, but have enough food for only 1 more. 2 if I count my candy bars as full on meals. Phil. I've been eating more than I expected. I'm going to need to find a gas station or a grocery store on a railroad soon to restock. That's what I call them now, railroads. Gravel and tar were straight yellow lines that run true and smooth to their destinations. Sometimes when the bad littles are getting to me, I'm lying in the tent, and a stray mosquito won't stop buzzing, or my pack strap presses right on my black and blue shoulder. I think I'm about thinking a railroad. A railroad would bring me home so fast. All I would need to do is follow one to a town and turn myself into the police station. A few hours later, I would be home. But taking a railroad would mean giving up, and I can't do that. Not yet. Not while there's something warped and unfinished inside me that can be drained away only by hiking, step by step, down to the 2-foot wide path to the wilderness for 400 more miles till I'm standing at the top of the Mount Katahdin at the end of the Appalachian uh, Appalachian Trail, I believe it's that. Just when I am crouching over the boiling pot, calculating the last nuggets of food in my pack, I hear it. I growl in the shadows. Actually, I'm gonna be reading up to chapter 2. My heart slams into my throat. There, I've been so busy thinking about the little things that I lost sight of the big ones. A bear's a big thing, and not a good one. I am alone, with only a Swiss Army knife for protection, and I'm pretty sure a 2-inch blade covered in last night's cheese crumbs won't stop much of anything. But I slide the knife out of my back pocket anyway and point it out ahead of me, jabbing at the night. The growl gets louder. It's coming from a choked tangle of bushes, 50 feet from my campsite. In the thickening darkness, I can't see when in my attack. I think I read somewhere that if you see a black bear, you shouldn't run away, or they'll think you're afraid. You're supposed to look big and make loud noises. So I stand up slowly. I open my mouth to shout at it. Nothing comes out. I also read somewhere that animals can see and smell fear, which is really too bad because I'm trembling all over and I can feel myself breaking into a cold sweat. Look, big. I tell myself again, be brave. But then my mind empties and I'm just praying, please don't eat me, please don't eat me. Blistering fur, sharp teeth, snoring lips, I cry out as it comes, hurtling from the bushes like a bush of crackling gunfire. And it's a dog. Shaggy face and flop-eared, eyes brave with desperation, pitch black except for a hollowed-out chest that's so mud splattered. I can't tell if it's brown or white. A tail bent at the tip as though someone had tried to snap it in half. He's definitely a mutt, mangy and starving, and as ugly as sin. I can count his ribs. That part kinda tripped me up. The dog rushes at me, but I feel my heart start beating again. I leap back as he stalks over to my cook site. A swift kick with his hind leg upsets my dinner pot. Hey! I shout, but it's too late. Spaghetti and foaming. Starchy water spills to the ground. The movement was practiced move. This dog has done this before. He must have seen me, a skinny kid with unwashed dark hair and terrified brown eyes, who weighed less than 100 pounds, even with pockets full of change, and figured I was I was an easy target. He grabs a mouthful of scorching noodles and beats it back to the bushes. I've seen a dog hold boiling food in his mouth. The rest of my fear melts away. He must be near crazy with hunger. I wonder how he has been out here scavenging for scraps from frightened hikers. I stare at the remaining spaghetti lying in the dirt. My dinner, my stomach growls angrily. I try to salvage the remains, give the noodles a long rinse, and hope the tomato sauce covers up any leftover grit. I sigh. Instead, I dig a fork out of my mess kit and scoop the muddy spaghetti into my pot. I tiptoe over to the edge of the campsite and dump the contents on the ground. I can see the dog now. He's 20 feet away, behind the thickest part of the bushes. He watches me with uncertain eyes. Last page. I back up slowly. The dog does not budge until I've retreated all the way to the tent. Then he shuffles forward and begins gulping down the rest of his dinner. Enjoy it, I tell him. I'm still annoyed, but at least seems to appreciate my cooking. Digging into my pack, I pull out flattened peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was going to be my lunch for tomorrow, but it'll have to do for tonight. As the dog busses himself with my pasta, I put away the rest of my food and then crawl into the tent, where I spend the last minutes before a true dock with the taste of cold sandwich in my mouth, and the certainty that tomorrow I'm going to have to find more food. Alright, that's the end of chapter 1. I'll see you next time. Chapter 2, Inside the Tent. Goodbye.